That beautiful AJ25. Yeah. Anyway, what it is, YouTube? How you doing, everybody? Just wanted to come up with some content about what I did to my motor. This is my first Subaru. I've always wanted a Subaru. Finally got it, and it was the Fozzie edition. Right here. But it's not turbo. It's non-aspirated. Manual though. It does have a manual transmission, 5-speed. But I did also wanted to talk to you about the head gasket job I did. I did my own head gasket job. Before I did any of that, I looked up content. I looked up things that that will help me in the long run when I do my own repairs or swaps or anything in the long matter. But it did actually come out for great. The head gasket came out right, no leaks. I stopped. I even had an intake leak as well, so I'm pretty sure because the gasket looked terrible on that. But as I did it, I grinded off all the old stuff on the head and as well as the intake, and I put the new gaskets. Even my exhaust had bad gaskets, so I put the exhaust in. For real, the first time I actually have a rumble. And I thought about it, and I was like, why didn't my car sound rumbly last time before I did the head gasket? And I thought about it, and the reason why is I feel like head gaskets change the tone of the exhaust due to a leak. And it happens, and maybe since the cylinder, it loses compression. When you lose compression, it's going to lose the tone. You're going to have an off tone. And once I started this up, man, it sounded so great. It sounded like a WRX Rumble. Oh, my God. I was so happy, and even my best friend, he even told me, because he does all the motor swaps and everything on motor spec, and he even told me he's proud of me because he never even touched the Subaru. And now that he did a Subaru with me, but giving me hands by like holding up the head or giving me pointers and little tricks, he said he's gonna grab an Impreza job or any Subaru job that he comes across now, because he actually seen me how I did it, and now he can do it, and he has the brains for it, so I wouldn't see why not. But yeah, everything came out. The only mishap I had was that right there. I had to put JB Weld all on that, man. That thing cracked on me when I was screwing it in. I don't know how. Maybe heat expansion on the bolt, maybe, and I was just doing it mad slow, and all of a sudden, crack! I heard it. I was like, oh wow. But yeah, I changed that, and yeah, I didn't put my timing cover on before the cam gear. That's why I'm exposed. I look like a Honda now. Honda shows their cam gears. But yeah. But other than that, everything runs smooth. Everything's on timing. No knocks, no pings. The only thing you're gonna hear from a motor, of course, on any motor is lifters. That's it. But that's normal. But I got no knocks. I have 2050 Royal Purple. Fully synthetic HPR, high performance oil, which is the best, and I run with nothing but the best. I got a new radiator, which is gonna give me more cooling. And to be honest, I don't know what it is, but I need to touch somebody else's car. I really want to touch somebody else's car because I want to see how hot are these. Because my radiator gets hot, and of course, but it cools down, of course. It never overheats at all. Never overheats. But yeah, as far as that, and also I did a little modification for my headers. So I have OBX headers, but the O2 bongs are routed different, so they're more back instead of to the front. So what I did is I extended them. I cut my O2 sensors, and I did it wire by wire, and I tried to get the most color coded and closest to it. So I stuck with white, black, and gray. When there's blue in it too, I actually got a blue one in there too, but I did it wire by wire, so I do not mix up the wires from harness to the wire. So I did wire by wire, and this actually harness is probably from here to here. That's probably how long it is. It's called an extension. I did it because I thought my headers was gonna fit, but the back piece, which curves to the mid pipe on my headers, OBX long tube equal length headers, actually routed downwards. I don't know why, but I'm gonna have to take that to the muffler shop, and they're gonna modify that. Basically, they're gonna just turn the flange. That's what they have to do. But it actually lines up perfect. But yeah, those O2 extension, I extended my O2s longer, and they actually work. I have no check engine lights on my car whatsoever, so the readings are perfect. You know, little rigs you can do here and there. And then that my beautiful cooling mod, I love that cooling mod right there, the T fitting, which is about right there. But yeah, everything's fine, everything's great, no leaks, no nothing. And that rumble, man, that rumble is just beautiful. It's just beautiful right here. I'm saying, that rumble. Let me turn on the car so I can actually hear it. Yeah, I got 260K on it too. Sounds so beautiful, so beautiful. And another thing, I advise anybody who has an electronic throttle body, change this manifold and go cable. I mean, change the throttle and go cable, because I cannot stand electronic. Electronic is trash when it comes to throttling and response, and I cannot deal with it. I feel like when I throttle, my foot hits the gas quicker, the pedal quicker, but for the signal to get from the throttle pedal to the computer to the sensor, it makes no sense. And I feel like it just goes like it doesn't open as quick as what a cable would just yank that throttle plate open, and boom, you got your throttle response. So I advise anybody who has an electronic throttle body to change it to cable. And who has the cable? Of course, JDM. When you go to Japan and the Foresters, they have cable. So of course they know what they're doing, and it makes sense. It just makes sense. Everything on this, a lot of things on cars is just common sense, you know, and I'm changing that out. I am changing that out, definitely. You're going bye-bye. Sorry, electronic, but I cannot deal with you. And I'm gonna get an intake. I'm not worried about it now. How I run things on my car, I worry about engine and suspension. That's all. First engine. Once I take all check engine lights and my motor's fine, I go straight to suspension. And then whatever I'm working on, and I do get a check engine light, I stop whatever I'm working on with suspension or whatever it is, and I go right back to the motor to make sure those check engine lights are done. Every time I see a check engine light, I wipe it out by fixing it, a problem, regardless of what it is. I don't play with my motors. I do not play with any of my motors at all. I'm just very serious. That's the part where I'm OCD on, probably. But as far as everything else, suspension, appearances, like, you know, outside wear, I'm gonna work on that now since my motor's fine and everything. Yep, I love this, man. And next year I am going boost. But thank you guys. I appreciate everything. I want to give a shout out to Smedia. He helped me so well. Even though he has a 2015 and up WRX STI, it still helped. All the stuff are compatible. All the stuff are basically the same. And he helped me so much. And he basically gave me the motivation to do my motor and my head gasket and myself. And of course, I'm recording this because he also gave me advice to record content. And I'm going to do it because, you know, he's doing well as well. So, you know what? I don't have a problem with taking advice from other people, you know. And as well as another guy, Mr. Subaru, he's actually a mechanic at a Subaru. I don't know what state, but all I've watched was just helping me. And I appreciate all the content on YouTube. Thank you guys, and peace out. Woo!